Hey, what's good? Welcome to the Antonio Neves Show, where I remind you each and every week that no matter where you stand today, your story isn't over yet. The best is ahead. I'm your host, Antonio Neves. If you know me good, maybe you call me Tony. I'm the founder of Allies of Glory. I am the author of the international best-selling book, Stop Living on Autopilot, and even better, I'm a husband and father. This right here is episode 127, and we're going to get into it. Get this. So many years ago, when I began my professional speaking journey, I began that after over 10 years of working in the television industry in New York City for some major television networks. I was an award-winning journalist, and you could turn on your television over the years and see me reporting stories or hosting shows. So I was in the public eye. And being in the public eye for so many years, when social media came about, what that meant was when you would go to my social media profiles, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc., you would see that blue check mark. You would see that verification badge that certain people have, public personalities, famous people, etc., you name it. So I had that. So I remember doing an early speaking gig. I was down in Atlanta, and after the speaking engagement, I remember a young student came up to me. And he said, "Hey, how do you get that blue verification check mark next to your social media profile?" And after my talk, which was nothing about that, I found the question very interesting. I was like, "Okay, I can tell you, but tell me more about your question. Why are you asking?" He's like, "Oh, well, I just want people to know that it's me." And I was like, "Okay, is there more than one of you around that people should know about?" He was like, "No." I said, "Okay, look, tell me, just be real. Why do you want the blue verification badge?" And he got quiet for a second, and then he said, "To show that I'm important." Wow. He said, "To show that I'm important." And when he said that, I felt like I knew that kid, and it hit me on so many different levels. And this is for another podcast, but one of the many reasons I moved to New York City and broke into the crazy competitive television industry, where you get so much rejection, and I experienced that, was because at that phase of my life early on, I was seeking validation. I was seeking recognition. I too wanted to feel important. What I told him that day was, "Hey, I want you to know that no blue check mark, nothing on social media can verify you. You need to know that you were verified the day that you were born." I told him that because that's what I wish someone would have told me a long time ago. You know, we all, in some sense or form, we crave recognition in life. We crave validation. We crave that recognition when it comes to the work that we do in our careers, with our profession. We crave that validation when it comes to our relationships with our spouses, with our partners, to know that we're doing a good job, or we want that thank you or them to acknowledge what we've been doing. You know, for parents out there, having that acknowledgement that you're doing a good job. Thank you, mom. Thank you, dad, means a lot. But, you know, that won't always come for kids. What's wild is that even though we crave that recognition professionally, in our relationships with our significant others and with our kids, the truth is we rarely get it. Yeah, people will say thank you. They'll say we appreciate you, etc. But we don't get it probably as much as we would like it. And we've come to accept that. It's not like we wake up every single day and we're complaining, wishing someone told us how awesome that we are. We just, recognition, validation feels good. In many ways, we don't get that recognition professionally or in our relationships or with our kids, is probably because they're just so close to us, that they're used to us. They know who we are. Many people assume that, we know that they love us. Like bosses assume that, oh, my employees know that I really, really appreciate them. A lot of folks, kids, they're probably not even thinking about you to give you any type of validation. They're trying to figure out their life. I will tell you, though, that one thing I've always found extremely fascinating, and this happens professionally and personally, is have you noticed that that person at work that does what they're supposed to do, they show up on time, they deliver their work on time, there's no drama, there's no craziness going on, there's no conflict. Have you noticed the person, that employee, could be you, that does what they're supposed to do, they hardly, if ever, get recognition for doing what they're supposed to do. They're reliable, right? Reliable people who do what they say they're going to do very rarely, if ever, get recognition. You know, that can happen at home as well. People expect you to do dishes. People can expect you to do the projects in the yard. People can expect you to buy the groceries. People can expect you to do the laundry. People can expect you to pay the bills each month. But here's what's fascinating, right? Especially when it comes to work. We all know that person at work on the job who creates so much drama. They create all these crazy fires, all these crazy situations, all these wild scenarios. And what happens when those scenarios come about, when that drama comes about, when those fires show up? Guess what? They get all the attention in the world. All of a sudden, all eyes are on that person. And then when it gets remedies and then when it gets fixed, people are like, good job. Hey, good save. You really fixed that. High five. And we're like, okay, great. They fixed it. But did you notice they started the drama? Did you notice that fire that we had to put out, they started? But now all of a sudden they're getting attention. They're getting high fives because they stopped the drama. But the person who didn't have any drama, who did what they were supposed to do, gets zero attention. It's like at home. If you have multiple kids, if one kid causes a lot of problems, that kid gets all the attention. That kid who causes no problems, does what they're supposed to do, they're like ignored, right? Because they're doing what they're supposed to do. That's wild. It's wild. So I hope this gives you some good awareness just right now. If you're a manager, you lead people, for your significant other at home, for your kids, one thing that's wild is that consistency, doing what you're supposed to do is like underrated. But listen, I don't want you to stop doing what you're supposed to do. I don't want you to stop showing up. I don't want you to stop being the person that doesn't bring drama and fires into situations. I want you to keep showing up as a professional, as an adult, like doing what you're supposed to do. And I also want you, yes, you to have a place where you are recognized, where you do receive some validation, where you do get a high five or a pat on the back or a virtual high five. It's important. I want you to have a place where you are celebrated, where people are happy to see you. I want you to be part of a community where people are excited to see you win. Like they're fired up. Like when they see you succeed, they don't get competitive. They don't take it as an affront. Like, oh, you think you're better than me? No, they are excited to see you win, where they are rooting for you. I want you to be a part of a community where you can do this for other people as well. What I've come to learn in my life, and I write about this in my book, Stop Living on Autopilot, and it's one of the most challenging things to accept. But once you accept it, it allows you to look at life through a different lens. And that's this right here. Sometimes the people who end up supporting us the most, guess what? They know us the least. Sometimes the people who support us the most know us the least. Sometimes it's the individuals we think are going to be on our team, that we think are going to root for us, that we think are going to be excited for us when we win. They can be awfully quiet when we share good news. And that's messed up. Let me just say that's not cool. It's unfortunate. And guess what? There are allies out there that can be in your life that are excited to see you win, that want to support you, that want to encourage you, that want to inspire you, that want to challenge you to be the absolute best version of yourself, to call you up in a place where you are seen. You are seen. One thing you need to know is that your allies, the community I'm talking about, these folks, they don't have to be your best friends. These don't necessarily have to be people you see in person. These don't need to be people you hang out with every single week or connect with every single week. And you need these individuals in your life. If you don't have these individuals in your life, if you don't have a place, a community where you are regularly being validated, where you are regularly being encouraged, where you are receiving recognition, those virtual high fives, those virtual pats on the back, when people genuinely ask you, how was your week? That place where when you celebrate that raise or that promotion or that amazing vacation you took with your family, people say things like, congratulations, and tell me more about that. I want to hear about that. You need that place. And a place where that can happen is in Allies of Glory. My membership community is a place where married professionals with kids, they can level up their careers and personal lives while receiving support from an amazing, supportive community that's excited to see them win. In Allies of Glory, not only do we have the community that's going to empower you and drive you and be allies to all that you do, each month in Allies of Glory, there are trainings that take place to help you level up personally and professionally. We are doing weekly challenges to keep you on track. There's live coaching and office hours each month. We have expert sessions with amazing professionals across various industries. And you're going to get to build relationships with people, not just from the United States where I'm based, but people from all across the world. And while you do this, guess what? You're going to be able to improve all areas of your life, from your career to your money, to your health, your relationships, and so much more. If you want to learn more about that, head on over to alliesofglory.com to get on the wait list to find out when registration is open. That link is in the show notes. I want you to know that I see you. I see you. I want to say that I recognize you. I appreciate you. I see you showing up day in and day out. And I know you don't expect the high five. You don't expect the pat on the back. You're still going to be a pro each and every single day regardless. And I see you. Don't stop. I'm proud of you. That's what we really want to hear, right? I'm proud of you. I don't even know you, probably face to face, but listen to me. I'm proud of you. Hey, thank you for listening to this episode. For more information, head on over to the Antonio Neves. If you haven't left a review or given this a rating, do that right now. That helps us continue to spread the word so this podcast can continue to grow all across the world. Hey, in the meantime, I want you amazing person that you are, I want you to remember that the best is ahead. And when you work and believe, that powerful combo of working and believing that the best is ahead, things begin to change for the better. Hey, never forget, you have a say in this.